to order. If you'll all stand, we'll have the pledge, and then Jim K. Park will lead us in prayer. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, dear Lord, we thank you for this day, and we come to you with thankful hearts. First, Lord, we want to thank you for all you've done to speed along the recovery of our friend Deanna Durrett, and she's recovering from a serious brain injury, and we would ask you to continue to be with her. We thank you for our country. We have free and open elections, and we just had those a brief time ago, and we elected not only people at the national and state level, but we elected a bunch of local folks to serve the people. We ask you to be with them and give them guidance and direction as they assume their duties. Lord, we want to thank you for the service of Dick Chastain and Mark Castillo as they're retiring from their respective duties, and they've served you with such honor, and we thank you for them. Be with commissioners today as they take up the business of the county. In Jesus' name.
Next up on the agenda is the approval of minutes from November 19th, 2018 meeting. I entertain a motion at this time.
So moved.
I'll second. Any discussion or questions? All in favor of approving the minutes signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? For 2-0. Next up is approval of claims, and Jennifer.
On the accounts payable claims, the dollar total this time around is $1,048,607.13. And then the payroll for check dated November 23rd, $360,541.08.
I entertain a motion at this time.
So moved.
I'll second. We have a motion and a second to approve the claims. Any questions or discussions, or any questions for the auditor? All in favor of approving the claims, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. What else, Jen?
Just to follow up on the certificate sale, are you wanting to just leave all those parcels on there for now, and then if you work out something with Lake Holiday?
Did we do that prior or after the sale? Prior to, okay, yeah, just leave it alone.
Okay, and at 75 opening bid amount?
Yeah,
Is that-
I'd make a motion that we put them on there at $75 each.
Second that.
Have a motion and a second to give the auditor approval to list them all at $75 as starting bid. Any discussion or questions? Any questions from the audience? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That sale is February 14th, correct?
Yes, sir.
10 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
One other thing, we're going live today in our new financial software system. So, once we roll that out and get our feet under us a little bit with that new software, we'll be expanding the training to commissioners, council people, and department heads so that they can take advantage of some of the bells and whistles that we have in there.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Any reports from any other elected officials or department heads? Okay, hearing nothing, we'll move on to old business. the county employee health insurance holiday. Jen, you want to explain that? That's your information?
Oh, yeah, last time there was some confusion about how much that actually was on the employee side. Is approximately 11,800 per pay that the employees pay into the premium side of things. So, you know, that varies as people roll on, roll off, we have turnover, etc. But that's the approximate amount. So, and you had agreed to do the benefit holiday for the month of December, so that's how we're rolling forward with the payroll that we're processing this week.
Sure. I'm okay with that still.
I am too.
Okay.
Sure, a lot of the employees reach out, oh yeah, thanks.
Yep.
All right.
All right, moving on to new business, WTH contract. Okay. This is just a renewal to the WTH mapping contract, which we've had.
Yep, well, this is a little bit of an expansion, where we're going to
Right.
actually have them do the drawing for us.
But the same company, right?
Same company,
Yeah.
yes, that already handles our
Right.
mapping.
So, and that amount is, do you have that quicker than I do?
$750 a month or $9,000 a year.
Okay. I'd entertain a motion at this time.
So move.
I'll second. Anything else to add to it, Jen?
This time, it's pretty cut and dry.
Nothing, Mark? And it's been approved by the legal, so. You have anything from the audience? All in favor of the approval of the contract, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Moving on to B is the appointment of a member of the Plan Commission. John?
Yeah.
You have a resignation?
I do. We've, I interviewed, talked to Steve Lloyd. He's retired from the bank now, has a little more time to put in the community and has been helping, and he has agreed to sit on the Plan Commission. So I would make a recommendation that we approve Steve Lloyd to the Plan Commission.
I'll second that. Who's he replacing?
Jared Zachary dropped off the board to go to the Drainage Board, and then Jason Preeb replaced him, and Jason and his family moved out of town. So,
Anything else on that?
no.
Any questions from the audience?
Next appointment, I hope you would consider a libertarian, since they are present in the county now. I'm not contesting this one, but please give consideration to libertarians.
Thanks, Rick.
I do think that board is made up of there's several criteria, some Republican, Democrat, surveyor, stuff like that.
Anything else? All in favor of Steve Lloyd being appointed to the Plan Commission, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Next up is introduction ordinance 2018-38. I'm going to make a motion that this is tabled. This wasn't to be on the agenda today, but got accidentally put on, so I'd make a motion that we table it to a future meeting.
I'd second that.
Any questions? All in favor of tabling this to a future meeting, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Moving on to other business, I have one thing. Do you have anything? One thing is that the contract on the public defender at the building across the street comes up at the end of the year. and Mr. Taylor has an explanation on the resolution that inadvertently was not put on the agenda.
Yes, as you recall from last year, when you want to lease property for an office like this, when you have to go through quite a process, and Brian Donaldson reached out to me and reminded me that his lease was 1 year for the Montgomery building, and they'd like to renew it unless the commissioners had somewhere in the courthouse you wanted to put it. And so you have to do a declaratory resolution which begins the process. That's what I've prepared for you today. And it just says very simply that you're interested in renewing that lease, that you're going to ask the county council to adopt their resolution of need, saying there's a need for the continued leasing of the property, and they meet next week. And that should 50 or more taxpayers file a petition with you that would support that lease, that you will continue the process, which would be a public hearing and then a vote on a confirmatory resolution. So unfortunately, if you don't start this now, you can't get it done by the end of the year, which is when the lease ends. So again, this just begins the process. It's resolution 2018-16. I recommend you adopt it today and get that process started.
Okay, being the fact that it wasn't on the agenda, then we will need to suspend our rules to take action on this today.
I'd move we suspend the rules.
And I'll second. All in favor of suspending the rules, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So this is resolution 2018-16. I entertain a motion at this time.
So move.
I'll second. Any discussion? Only thing I'll say is, and obviously this could be discussed next week to open it, I guess, but if this is a procedure that have to have these signatures every year, that's a little ridiculous as far as the statute, in my opinion. So although we don't have any control over it, I would recommend that we maybe look at a 2-year or 3-year with a 30 or 60-day out option. So surely by October or November of the end of the year, we're going to know what we want to do and not have to keep doing this every year, especially with, 50 signatures isn't no problem. We can get that in a day, but it's just ridiculous that we went through this process once and you have to go through that every year and not just renew it. So, but that can be discussed at a future time, but I would, I don't think it says in here, does it, or does it say the term?
No, this is we'll go negotiate the term in 2 or 3 years.
And I know they were willing to do a 2-year at the same time for the same dollar amount last time, but we wanted to kind of see how it was going to work out and whether it was going to work out for what the needs were. So, any discussion from the audience? As it's not a secret, we still have a crowded courthouse. So, no questions. I'd call for the question. 2018-16. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Mr. President, is there a chance that we get this on your agenda next week?
Sure.
Thank you.
Jennifer, prepared the notice for the public hearing. I'll send that to you.
Okay.
Anything else? And I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second, we're adjourned. Thank you.